Good morning, folks. It's Lindsey Huddleston with SPS back in the building with another Monday Motivation. Hope you had a great weekend. I had a marvelous weekend. Many of you may know about the hoops and culture that went down, put on by Horatio Williams of the Horatio Williams Foundation, which I'm a proud board member of, also in conjunction with Wayne State. Shout out to Dr. Candace Turner. Hey, it was a great event. Great event. I can just tell you it was a great event. And with that being said, at the front of this week, I had a experience that kind of impacted what today's topic is, and even at the end of this event, I had a similar experience. So, boy, it just really emphasized it. But here's today's topic, folks: how haters help. That's right, how haters help. Success doesn't always bring applause. Sometimes it brings attention you didn't ask for. Now, the reason I think this is important because as we go through our daily life and we're making our moves or getting motion, as the young folks say, or ascending, sometimes we limit our desire to keep pushing and being ambitious based on how people are responding to us. These haters, whether it's consciously or unconsciously or directly or indirectly, can do things, say things that may limit us in our ambition to move forward, especially if your goal isn't to step on people on your way. You're just trying to do your thing and be your authentic, awesome self, because we got some authentic, awesome people out here, no doubt. When you show up and stay authentic, not everyone is going to celebrate that. And sometimes we feel it and we don't understand why or where it's coming from. And sometimes we do. People rarely attack what they don't envy. I want to emphasize that. People rarely attack what they don't envy. They may not admit it, but there's some envy for what you've done and what you have going on. When someone mocks or minimizes you, it's often a reflection of admiration they just can't express. That goes back to Leon Fetzinger, the social comparison theory. They're going to start talking crazy about you because they really envy what you got going on, but they just can't communicate that. Also, comparison breeds insecurity. That's a dangerous tool. That's a dangerous thing to do, folks, when you start comparing yourself to others in their walk. And social media is a great platform that allows us to do that consciously or unconsciously. You have to really watch for that. Comparison can breed that insecurity. Uh, when others see your progress, it threatens their own sense of place, especially if they've stopped growing. If they've not really been grinding, if they don't feel that they're moving and they watching you ascend, watching you do your things, or just man or woman, just the way you move around, huh? The way you carry yourself, the way they see people respond to you. I had somebody give me some feedback about my interaction with somebody, and they say, I've seen this person talking to people and he don't pay them any mind, but when he talk to you, they lock in. So my point being is people are watching and people are judging, but also haters can help because what happens is projection is protection. Also, as Sigmund Freud stated, he taught people that often project their fears and frustration on the others. The whole point of that is they're turning their pain into criticism. See, they're looking at you and they're watching how you move and how people respond to you and what you have going on and how you're doing what you said you were going to do. And I'm not just talking about myself. I'm putting this in the framework of many people I know how you get down, and then they turn their pain into criticism. They try to find something to say. They bring something negative in. You got something going on wonderfully, and then here they come with that. We had that experience with the hoops and culture, and I won't go any further, but you have this great experience. You get all these great accolades from the coaches, from the players, from all the shareholders, and you may have one individual that has a problem with it, and then you have to look deeper on that. Also, too, you've become the content, right? I'm on people's radio shows and they criticizing stuff and they using my content. They're using my content as a segment. So I become the content on somebody else's show. So that's just letting me know the impact that I'm having, right? Who we got right here? I got my brother Carl Blackshears says, Grand Rising, my brother. Hey, brother, it's so good to see you, man. Always holding me down. That's my guy right there. Wartime Consigliere, always holding it down. Represent for 7 Mile, represent for us growing up on Fielding, and got to give you some Greenview love, man. I appreciate you, brother, getting on this morning. What we're talking about is how haters help. When they use your words, your clips, or your moments, that's proof of influence, not weakness. Somebody may go on and get, something you did on social media or something you said or something you repeated, but it's speaking to your influence. They may try to use it and try to flip it on you and say, oh man, I can't believe they said that. But at the end of the day, they're using your information. They don't want to acknowledge the impact that you're having. Also, they react because you create. You've created something and now they're making moves. They imitate because you initiate. You got out there and got it going, and here they come, right? You got something going and they want to come back and try to get something going on top of that. They mock because you matter. If anybody's mocking you and getting out there saying all this and that, it's because you matter. It's because you're having an influence. You're having an impact, that is. Also, positive psychology in action. I'm a really big person on that. Martin Siegelman's work shows that optimism is the ability to reframe negativity into motivation. We can reframe negativity into motivation. I know that's tough. It's tough when people getting on you, people talking crazy, coming a certain way, right? But this optimism attitude is how you reframe that negativity and turn it into motivation. That's what we're doing today, right? I'm not going to get caught up on what negative thing may have happened. I'm going to reframe that, and be optimistic about it, right? That's not ignoring the hate, it's using it. And I think that's something that's very important to make clear. I'm not telling you to ignore the hate. Somebody hating on you, you can feel it, you can see it, you know it. I'm not telling you to ignore it. I'm saying use it. Oh, you hating on me? Well, you hating on me because of I'm out here. Because the mockery can't mute the momentum. You can't stop this, baby. And I'm saying this to everybody out there who's working on something and feels some kind of, hate, or some people kind of sneak this and they're saying little backhanded compliments. The mockery can't mute the momentum. They can't stop your momentum. You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. That's what's going on. Also, you've learned that mockery only magnifies the mark you're making. If they keep mocking, that means you keep making moves, right? They're making moves. You making moves, and they go keep mocking. It's all one and the same. They always got some chirping to do. That's because you steady got something going on. But your calm is your power, and I'm learning that more and more. Your calm is your power, because what it does is it amplifies the ignorance and the hate on the other side. When you can be calm and they're steady going, it amplifies their ignorance. It amplifies their hate, right? Also, too, stay gracious, stay focused, stay creating. The moment you stop reacting, they start winning. The moment you stop reacting, they start winning. You got to keep doing it. Don't let the haters shut you down. Don't let somebody hating on you give you reason not to push forward. Don't say, man, I don't even want to do it because they're going to be hating. Good. Bring it on. Bring the hate on. I love it. I love it. More haters, that mean more momentum. More haters mean more accomplishments. Bring it on. Don't let somebody's insecurity stop you, because that's what they really want to do. Huh? Some final takeaways I'm going to leave you with, right? And as my boy Dwayne Willie would say, where's my 15 minutes? Don't worry, we got some time to rock. Hey, the same voices that mock your methods still use your light to be seen. Keep shining. Keep speaking. Keep serving the people. Keep doing what it is you do. Keep pushing forward, because guess what? As you may have that uncomfortable feeling based on those who are, hating on you, you're going to go into another realm of others who are going to have an appreciation for you. You're going to move past the haters to others who are appreciating you. And also, you keep going, that's going to expose the haters for who they are, right? Remember this, too. Critics can't dim your confidence. Don't let nobody being critical of you dim your confidence. That's what they want to do. They want to say something that's kind of catchy or kind of slick to stop you from doing your thing. But don't let that stop your confidence, right? Noise is just proof you're heard. That noise and that chirping, that's proof that you're making an impact. That's proof that, wow, they're making something happen. They got to go back and talk to people about you or doing. That means you are doing something, and that's a good thing, right? They talk because you shine. You shining on them. They're like, oh, man, what's going on over there? I'm talking to you out here listening. I want you to let that well up inside you, right? I don't want you to come into this Monday talking about how you go downplay it. And then if you're in the space when you shining too much and they can't handle it, yeah, I know it's tough times out here, but you got to think about what you got to work through. You may have to get up out of there. You got to go somewhere where you're going to be celebrated and not just tolerated, right? And I'm not saying it's got to be all about you, but too many times we go in these places and we put ourselves in these boxes that we cannot fit in. And we do it to appease somebody in their own insecurity. Yeah, I know bills got to get paid. Baby got to get taken care of. Hey, Christmas is coming. The holidays here. I get all that. And I'm not telling you to walk away, but I'm telling you to have enough confidence in yourself to say, if I'm not being served here, if they hating on me, and it's so obvious, and people can come say, yeah, they don't like it. You got to see about being somewhere else, because if you stay there, you put your mental health at risk. Okay, they say the biggest time for heart attacks, I've repeated this ad nauseum, is 10 a.m. on Mondays, because people have gone all weekend long saying, I hate that I got to go on that job tomorrow. And come 10 a.m., they just get in there and they can't handle it. It's crash out time, right? But I'm here to tell you, folks, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying if you want to make a transition, it's just going to happen like that. The job market is tight. I know that for a fact. But the reality is that you got to stand on your principles about who you are. Because if you go on somewhere where they constantly hating on you and they kind of saying, hey, there's no real way that you're going to be able to navigate and be able to let your gifts be used for your benefit and others going forward, you got to be ready to make a move. Check it out. Jealousy is the shadow of greatness. What? What did you say, Lindsay? Jealousy is the shadow of greatness. So if you're great, your shadow, which is right there, is going to be some jealousy, baby. It's going to be there. It's going to be there. Jealousy is the shadow of greatness. So if you're great and you're doing great things, there's going to be some jealousy right around there. No doubt, folks. Also, too, their shade, your spotlight. It's all good. They being shady, remind yourself it's your spotlight. It don't stop with their shade, it's your spotlight. When they mock, you rise. If they mocking you, they always got something to say about you, something extra, this, and that. That means you're rising. When they mock, you rise. It looked bad at the time, but believe me, it's happening. Also, too, fuel from the fire. Turn the hate into heat. Oh, you hating on me? I'm going to turn that into some heat, baby. Like an old coal train when they got to shove the coals in there to get the engine going, right? When they hate, you turn into heat. Fuel from the fire. It's not going to stop. Got a few visuals I want you guys to see to hold on to with the time that we have. What we have right here. Haters hate because I got what they ain't. Who we got this morning? Got my work here, Snip. Good morning, brother. Good morning, brother. How you doing out there on the west side, man? I hope all is well, brother. That must have hit home. My brother got to chime in, man. Hey, we want you to keep rising, keep going. I got some more for you, too. Check this out. Also, haters don't hate you. The reality is they fear they will never be able to get to where you are right now. Oh, man. They don't hate you. They just fear that the reality is they'll never be able to get to where you are right now because they probably saw your grind. They probably saw your hustle. They probably saw your come up. And they're not committed enough to themselves to kind of focus on something like that. They're not committed enough to themselves to want to do that, you know. Also, we got some more for you. Keep calm because the haters go hate. They go hate, baby. Now, I did talk about if you find yourself in the space where there's so many haters, you got to move on. It's not to say it won't happen somewhere else when you go do something else, but you want to be somewhere where at least you're being better served. Your tools and skills are being able to be utilized in a way. You don't want to go anywhere where it's a dead-end experience and opportunity. Got some more for you too, guys. On my Grand Theft Auto tip, haters go hate. That's what they're going to do. That is their job specifically, and they're going to do that, no doubt. A few more. Dear haters, I have so much more for you to be mad at. Just be patient. Come on. Take that mentality. Say, come on, haters, I got so much more for you to be mad at. Just be patient. And finally, got to shout out Leo. Leo said, cheers to all my haters. Be patient. So much more is coming. And that's my point. Because the reverse is the haters get us and we stop. And we shut down. Man, I don't even want to do it. They're going to be hating on me. Good. Let them hate. Let them hate. Because one thing they can't say is that you're wrong. They can't say you out of order. They can't say that you don't have it together. They are going to hate. So with that, guys, I'm going to get ready to wrap up. And I want to let you know that next week, Monday, I'm going to be at a different time. I'm going to come in a little bit early, only at 7 a.m. I have an appointment I can't get away from at 8 o'clock on Monday next week. So next week, Monday, I'm going to go early. I know that might hit a different demographic, but I'm going to always be here for you guys. So I just want to know how haters can help. Haters are helping you. How many haters you got? You know, you got to increase your number of haters, you know, because that means that you're doing something. And what do we say? That jealousy is the shadow of greatness, right? Jealousy is the shadow of greatness. So the greater you become, the more some people are going to be jealous. I'm not saying all, but that's going to be part of it. But you're going to be okay. You're going to get through it. You're going to handle your business, and you're going to do what you got to do, because not only does the world need you to do it, you know, you need to do it for yourself. So with that being said, guys, it's Lindsay Huddleston with SPS signing off. See you guys next time. Peace out. 7 a.m. Monday, the November 10th, 7 a.m., folks. Peace out.